Hey guys, how's it going? I gotta really set up some sort of intro, outro thing. Um, yeah, I was just finishing up the stairs. So I got all the stairs done. And, yeah. But, for us, we're going to go back to the lobby. I don't think I have any of the things open, so we're going to have to open everything again. Finding home level should be the lobby level. If we hit play, what's going to happen here? Oh, we're going to get an error, so we're on this at least. I hate leaving off on errors or even closing the game and not being able to get back to it, but when you run out of time, you run out of time. So, player character. Remember we were trying to fix up some HUD stuff. FH. Oh, this is asking for a structure. And it's going in and giving us a structure. Let's try to fix this up here. This is my FH lobby here, so definitely shouldn't be a structure. So we want to change our input to an FH game mode settings, and that's a structure. Still want it to be an array, and the way for loops work is this is saved, so we will have to now make a new for loop. So for each loop, because this is for the S structure, even though it doesn't show it, it is in there somewhere. So we will need to use our new FH game mode settings. Scroll box, just a scroll box, that should be fine. So we should be able to go into that fine. Right here. I do prefer to do this though. I do not like those things up there like that. Pretty low. No, we'd want our FH game settings switcher. We wouldn't want to be using theirs. So that's also wrong. And from that, we'll be getting our options names. Let's see, we get option name. Oh, we just plug that into there. So we get rid of this. Looks like we're going into something else here as well. On completed, we are setting something. So on completing, we are setting the selected game mode settings upon completion. We will actually plug that into there and plug this into there. And this will need to be about there. No longer being used. Should be able to get rid of that. This is still being used. We are getting from here our breaking. We're getting our settings name. Can we plug into here? Yes, we can. Now this is blank. This isn't being used by anything, so we get rid of that. Upon completion of this guy, we're going to this reroad dude. Put that there. So we got both of those filled. We can kill that. We could probably bring this guy here. It's probably as close as we're gonna get. And 3 out from the bottom. It's a little big. We keep that in there. Lobby menu. Selected option name. If the name is the same, add it. Or it could be the selected setting. We could go to his and we are looking for this here. Not on switch. Set game mode settings. No options. No, it's actually the selected setting. Call delicate is blank. Oops. So for this lobby level, we gotta double check this here. We have some of these set up. Get the player state, map travel, us. Old way, new way. Okay. We still have some things, but this is kicking the specific controller. So there's some casts, but we're kicking specific players. We're getting the player and kicking that player. Okay. So from here, it looks like. Hello? Looks like this is good. Don't need to be saying that hello though. What take those out. Compile, save. Base game mode, that's fine. Okay. Base game mode. Looks like we're getting the controller ref and the game instance ref. We could probably just as well be getting the game state here as well, because we are just getting the base game. And that's a decent print string. And we're gonna find references for this guy. We should be able to do base game state, get base game state ref. Link that up because it should already have it. Get base game state ref. Link that up. Because in our constructor we're doing the begin play of our base, and in our base begin play we are getting all of the base that we need. We're saving that. Should now be able to delete this. Yeah. Compile and save. So the lobby seems pretty straightforward. Seems like we're good to go. And you're working with this HUD. And I think we were getting a lot of references here for this lobby menu. And so we want to see this lobby menu, which is what we have open actually. So when we check our references, and yeah, this is what we're going through. We have a lot of these references here. We want to find this reference, get as game state, set with notify, local game mode settings. So, or should we just start from the top, player controller? Yeah. Find references for player controller. So we have this set class. Init. Odd event though. We are casting this init and grabbing these. No. We are already getting these set prior to. So we wouldn't want to be doing this at all. Get rid of all this stuff. Compile, save. And sometimes I notice some weird stuff with the one file per actor. Sometimes I notice this with the one file per actor does stuff like where you save it and it comes back. So sometimes just don't forget to like kill it again and then resave it. So we should be able to kill this and do this. I'm pretty sure I remember doing that. Maybe we crashed. Just a couple times we had some crashes, so maybe we did it and it crashed. So we want to bring this over here. And this is for the widget switcher between this. So this is like the game mode selection box. This is the map box and so forth. And yeah. Anyway, so that's what that's game mode switcher for. So it has nothing to do with anything else. It's just on construction. We're going to be setting that to 0. Yeah, so we want to get rid of these guys as well. So we're going to find references here. None found. Let's see if we can delete it then. Yep. Find references for here. There is still a couple. Okay. Then we want to find references for this guy. None found. And if that's the case, and we're just getting this guy pulled in from when we create it, we want to see if we can just pull it in the base class. So, make a new variable, call it base or FH or base player control. Oh, I could get this actually. And this is what I mean. Base player controller ref. Base player controller ref. We're gonna stick this in as a reference. And we're gonna do this and this. Or compile, save. We're gonna go back to the HUD here. If we refresh this, we're gonna get a new node. And this is using a HUD thing. Getting all the stuff for the HUD macro. So finding our systems, our macro libraries, HUD macro library. You have get menu player controller, get lobby player controller. Okay. So we can still just get the player controller. So we'll still have the player controller. What we're gonna do is just gonna link this up to lobby player controller should be PC base. What? FH base player controller. Okay. Compile. Save. We haven't got to player controller yet, so that makes some sense. There's going to be some confusion. But yeah, we definitely want the base player controller, so we'll go back to here. And since we compiled and refreshed and saved, we should now be able to, yes, link that in there. And if we go back to our main menu, and we look for this, find references again, there should be none. We should be able to get rid of this. Yes, there's no connection. Compile, save. Now we'll do player controller here, I guess. Then we'll do game state, so we'll find references. There is references. So get this and ready up. So we need the ready up. So hit Control Z, Control Z. Get rid of this. And I refresh this. Control C. So looks like we won't be able, we'll just use the player reference actually. Refresh this. It is, we have the player controller back. Compile, save. Because we're going to need to use the we don't want ready up buttons on the base class. Now should be able to refresh this node. So now we know why we need the lobby. We will need the lobby because we'll have ready up buttons and stuff. Gotcha. So when we go back to here, we are going to want to get the lobby, but we also are going to want to clean this up at the same time. Alright, so show this down here. And this is the player state, so we want to get the player state at this time too. Can host launch. We're going to hook that in. This can be gone. Oh, this can be gone. And stick that like this. Sure. And stick this here. Or we might have to get rid of this because we're going to be using this guy's OC update ready button. And we're going to get start game. And those are blank. Then we need to, and this is the exact same thing. So instead of making another one, we're going to do, and this is the exact same thing. We're going to just duplicate this, click this, copy this, Control V, paste it there, and we are just going to connect this guy. Now we should be able to, wait, we'll pop that in there. Now this is all blank, it's the same. Should be able to get rid of this. We have that there. Get that about 3 spots away. No. I want to do that. I have to sort these guys all out again. See, these guys didn't move with it because slightly they're out. So we could just do like something like this. And that way we don't have to actually bring it up. This is about 3 from the bottom, so that's fine. So that's fixed. And this is probably the same spot because it's both from the server ready up client. So go to this, nothing happens. Go to this, nothing happens. That's because we're done. Go to this here, and it's pretty much the same thing, but it's for the client. And it on client ready up. See that I might have already been here or something. So again, we need the R, control, and then drag, holding the control button. That way we don't need to do any of the right clicking. And it's can host forced launch. I'll get rid of this. Get rid of his player state. This lobby player state. And again, we'll bring this to just a couple out. And we're gonna bring in our player controller. OC update ready button. And we just want to hide the button in this case. And that's it, so we can get rid of this. And again, we don't need two of these variables. It's nothing's happening, it's just doing the same guy. So we could just duplicate this guy. We're gonna make sure our text say ready up. We're not gonna hide anything this time. It should be just good to go. We're gonna plug that in there. Now this is left hanging by itself. We can get rid of that. But we do need to say this. Let me bring that down there actually. Bring this down. Bring this over. Yeah, bring this down a bit. There we go. Looking nice and neat. And again, this is just the second, because there was two here. The second player controller lobby variable. So we click this, there's nothing happening. And that looks like all there was. So if we do a find now, there's nothing. We should be able to just delete this. Nope. Delete it. Not rename it. Delete. Yep. We're gonna compile. No errors. Good, good, good. And we lastly, well, at least, we have this guy. So we're gonna find references. None found. We're gonna delete this guy. Okay. Save. So yeah, working with the HUD, we want to be able to push things and pull things out. So we want to, right now, for this lobby HUD, we're going to want to be, and we could close the lobby HUD macros for now. And for example, we might use the menu HUD for UI menus. Oh, it should get quite big. Oh. HUDs. Oh. Could be systems HUDs, because yes, it's a system. Could use the menu HUD as an example. And we want to do stuff like this. So we want to have a toggle lobby widget function. So in our lobby HUD, if we go to our graph, so we don't have one of those. So we want to like a custom event, and we're going to call this custom event toggle lobby. We're going to call it toggle game settings menu. That's really what our lobby menu is. It's like a game setting menu. And then we're just going to call in a method and we are going to have that variable as the target widget to toggle. And we should be able to toggle widget because that's probably coming from the base class. So we do have this lobby menu reference, I'm sure. Yeah, lobby menu ref we're keeping. So here we're going to want to do toggle widget. And we need a widget to toggle, so we're going to grab this guy. Oh. This guy. My bad. We don't want the player character, we want the actual widget. I wish you could just move these things around. Oh, you can. Move this to the bottom. There we go, reorder. There we go. Player character, game state, player state, that's fine. So we're gonna call that thing with the toggle widget set. Just gonna go through all the widgets that we have available and that we've created here. And yeah, it's going to make the rest of them invisible, make the lobby widget visible. I think that's going to be in the player class, so it's nothing to worry about here. And everything else here is taken care of in the player class, so this is all fine here. This is just a widget switcher, so no need to worry here, that's fine. Toggle ready button. This is as our things already, so that's fine. This is in the player state, so we'll have to get to that. As player state toggle that, so that's fine. And on switch game mode, it's just setting a variable from the game mode, that's fine. And close that, close that. Let's switch map. That was also fine. And then we had to do some edits here because this is using a struct, so we need to use our struct, and that's where we came into some things. But that now should be fine. This is using our struct again. Should be fine. The map switcher here, set map. This should be FH maps. Oop. this tight. Our map thing and our map switchers, that's fine. Unfortunately, we cannot get any closer really. Unless we go like this, we can get it closer. We're gonna have to bring this down farther. Bring it like right in there. We could do 3. We could do like 3. There you go. File save. Oof. Because yeah, our maps are gonna have our own maps name. Sure. And then we got our game mode. We're gonna have to go through the methods to make sure the methods are fine as well. Or the functions, they call them functions in this, right? Oop, this is not gonna be good. So, I'm gonna have to drag this over here. Set this up here. FH. We're gonna have to look at that today. Let's look at systems, data tables. We just have these two, but we need to go to MLB, blueprints, data. He has a couple. We don't need characters or we got display pics. We don't need accessories, so we will need display pics. Available maps. That's maps. Game modes. We will need that. So we'll do a new window here. Quick. Finding home. Data tables. And we will copy over the game modes here. And no, we won't. We will not copy over the game modes here. We will open this up and see what this is. This is a S. Using S game modes as the details. Free for all. Okay. Do we have a game modes? So our structures. FH game modes, which has maps, available settings, and description and names. Fine. Okay. So we're gonna close this. And we are going to go back to our data tables. We're going to right click and do FH game modes. I just didn't see the need to put available all the time. We're just doing game nodes. This is a data table. Oh, darn it. What I wanted to do was go to miscellaneous and go to data tables, and then we're going to do FH game modes, hit OK, and do FH game modes data table. That's what I wanted to do. And we could open this up. So now this uses our game modes, and we could add and game mode prop hunt. Description, find players disguised as props, maps, and available settings. So gameplay F2 copy And we will open his game mode. Try to just copy that and see if we could just paste that in there. There we go. Got some basic settings there. So one of the things I also want to check, if I still have it open, is I want to check. Oh, no, I do not. The transfer. So this is traveling to listen to finding home, current game mode. Map location. Default value is finding home levels. We don't want just levels. Finding home levels, it'll just get it from here. We want gameplay. Unless it's gonna have gameplay somewhere else. Server transfer gameplay. No. Does it? Did it need a backslash? Or was it just levels before? I don't remember putting backslash in. Alright. Unreal map name. I don't think. Do I need the location? Let me see here. Look up lobby level image here. Looks like something I would do. Oh, right. Need to switch this break out here. Break. Map name. Mapping image. Close that. I added the game travel, but I don't think it really matters. As long as the name is pretty unique, it should take me to the right place. Anyway, so that's good. And so we should be able to do DT game or FH game mode. There we go. Oh, and then we're gonna do break. I'm getting that weird graphics glitch again, so we're gonna click the name into here, the description into here, the maps into here, and the settings into here. And we're gonna delete this, recompile this, and we're gonna save it. I'm getting that weird graphics glitch error. I hate that it came back. I will close and reopen. Again, it's usually, I get it, the more I'm right clicking, the more faster I get the graphics glitch. And everybody says it has to do with my graphics card. I should not have updated it. Like, I knew my graphics card was pretty far behind, so I updated it. And whenever I'm up to date with my graphics card, that's when it goes crazy. So we are going to open this back up. Should be able to close Content Browser 4 here. Do not need that. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying your holidays, whether you celebrate Easter or Ramadan or one of the other million holidays out there. I think there's three major ones that are going on at this time of year. But yeah, if you have holidays, I hope you're enjoying them. Alright, so we're back here with no graphics error now. Let's tidy this up a bit. So we got this here. We're going to want this up as tight as possible, which means this could go here. Game switcher. This is a WB. We do not want a WB. Mode switcher. WB mode switcher. Game mode switcher is its own thing. So let's see. FH. Game. I don't think I did a game mode switcher. I'm gonna have to make that. Alright, finding home. UI. Menus. We'll look for game mode switcher. So this is it here. I'm gonna hit the F2, I call it FH, game mode switcher, no space here, and call it widget blueprint. And we're gonna open it up, kill the filter, and and see what we have to change in here. Free for all. Details. Fine so far. We'll set this to base background. And we are going to need an FH base option switcher. And so we're going to want our paddings to be 7 and 2. 7, 2, 7, 2, and we close that, and we got auto and centered. We have no auto, but we need centered. We want free for all. We'll get these options here. Copy, paste. We'll do copy, paste. While looping, no, but we're looking at 5, 12, 33, 33, 36. So 5, 12, 33, 33, 36. I think we're increasing the font size to 13. And we got on switch options. And other than that, I don't think there is much of a change there. Game mode switcher. Try to delete this. Compile. See what happens. There is a lot of crying. So first off, let's stick this here. Stick that there. Delete that. Probably something to do with the setup maybe as well. See what else we have. Oh, we're gonna make an invisible variable. It's a variable. It should. Oh, that is my variable. So we're gonna get this and do set selected option. And this goes here, and should be able to delete that now and delete that. Save. So that's it for that guy. We have some functions here. So starting with the setup. We have set options available visible function. So we'll put that up here. So we're gonna get this here. And set options visible button. and click here. I'll just actually expand this, bring this down. Something like that. And now that that's done, we will close this guy and get the next part. Bring this over here. Options. Get options. And we're going to clear them. Again, this is using that options array, so that will be no longer valid. So we have to kill it. We're going to want to stick this like here. This could be right there. And this could be right here. Yeah, I should move this a little bit in. So now we know we want game modes. There we go. Yeah. Get table row names. All right. And then game modes. And with the row names, we're gonna go searching for break game modes. Oh, let's set. We want to break. Take name. Now, we duplicate this. I don't know if I could add unique. I might have to. Yeah, I can actually replace that. And this is just a simple get. Yeah, I can replace that. So we can delete these. Put this down a little bit more. So we can place this in here. Three. Three. Is being used anymore? No, it's not. Get rid of it. Compile. Save. Now we have our game mode switcher set up with our data tables and stuff. Good. So we will close the setup so everything looks good there. Get our game mode switcher. Let's go back to this, and we're going to need to get our FH game mode switcher blueprint and stick that in here. No. Oop. Go. And we're just going to call this game mode switcher. And we'll try to scroll down here. And it looks like we just need to initiate this guy here. Game mode switcher. Replace that. Replace this. This is on server, and then there's ways to set with notified to replicate. Alright, so go back to the design here. And we should be able to delete this guy now. And as pile, there is one spot where we're still getting this in set game mode. Game mode switcher. And we're gonna get set selected game mode. And we're just going to plug that in there. And we're going to plug this in there. And that gets rid of that guy. Should be good to go. So already back to where we were. We ran into the game mode switcher problem. Alright. Well, it looks like we're probably going to run into a game mode description problem as well. So now we got this game mode description, and we'll probably have to do... Oh, this is our map though. Our map is good. We just need to swap out the description. Right here. So we're going to do FH game mode, and we'll just do description, no space for that, and it says a widget blueprint. Open it up. I think this one will be pretty simple. There's nothing here. Just game mode description text here. Border though, we're gonna do base background. Yeah. So padding, we might just do 20 across the board. There we go. Minimize that now. These are just open text blocks, which are fine. We don't have any special color or textures or anything to them. If we go to the graph, we do setup. Ooh, gotta grab this guy. Bring him up here. What we want to do, this is game modes. FH game mode. Get the first one. Got a lot of space here. Put that there. And we will game mode. There you go. We're going to have to break out ours, break out game modes, and we're going to need to put in our name and description. This is empty. We can close this. Bring this here. Now we have some space. And we want to just put 3. 3. And 2. This could be... Oh, no. This is a little bit area over there. So we compile, save. That's really all there is to this guy. Super simple. Just using text. No buttons. No other switchers. Yeah, should make this look a little bit neater. Maybe I should just bring it down then. Something like that. Find out a lot neater. Alright. Save that. Yeah, no nothing else. It's pretty simple. Pre-constructor should be just set up. It's just that. And there's nothing in the event, it's just the pre-constructor. So yeah, we could close and save this. That's it for the FH description. So we can close that guy up. And we can go to here and look up our FH description. And drag that right down top of description. Guess it's doing 20 at the bottom for padding, and then the rest seems fine. Payment mode description 2, eh? Oh, I got to change these both. This is the map though. This is the map switcher. But I will have to change this guy as well. So create this guy here. There we go. But want to and we'll just change this to game mode description 2. We're going to compile. I'm hoping to see some errors or something. Yes. And we will be getting game mode description 2. Get. Set selected game mode description. And right now it is taking this guy and it is taking that guy. This could go here and that could go there. This could go up. And we could do something like that. We will refresh node. It just breaks it, so we can delete it because it's just sitting by itself. Because it's not attached, it's not erroring anymore. But we know we got to get rid of that as well. It's 12, I guess, at the bottom. And there's nothing else to it really, so we're gonna just delete this and actually just name this game mode. And I don't know why I put 1 there, I'm not a big fan for that. I'll just put game mode description. Game mode description, this is game mode description 2. And where I compile, I'm expecting an error. No error. That's kind of cool. But we know there should be an error. This guy should, if it was attached, it would be upset. I get him though, and we should be able to connect him up to there. And that should be good. But now we know we need this name. It needs to be at least that low. We need this game mode description. It needs to be under the name. And what we could do another one of these. It doesn't look so bad. And yeah, there's that. And then we can get rid of this, and then we can get rid of this. And then we know we need to do this guy here. But do that. Now we'll stick this guy like almost like here, which allows us to bring this guy to here, and this guy where I go just in front, and we'll do the same kind of thing with this guy. And so this is the map switcher, which is our map switcher, so that's fine, that works. We'll do map switcher and then map switcher preview. And we'll just make sure that's nice. Set there. And then our game mode settings, and we have our node here. So it goes down. Two outs. There we go. No errors there. And it's starting to look a lot better. Now, let's see. So game mode's good to go. On switch is good to go. That was the game mode settings. It's good to go. Cast init should be done. So we go to here. That's the toggle launch and toggle ready app. We did those, right? Yeah. Everything's neat here. We gotta go through event graph stuff, but we gotta go through this here. So again, this is the on switch. Setting the game mode to game state. It's fine. 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 Close these guys. Ready up button. Looks fine. Looks fine. Looks fine. We have to fix this in the player state, so it looks fine. Oh, what's this? Ready button. Just our button. Right, no. This is a wrong style button as well. We're gonna have to change that button up. So FH base button. Yeah, it's just a base button, right? Yeah. So we'll do 16. Oh, we'll keep this 16. But you want it called ready up. We'll do that, and we will do ready up button. I probably did the naming convention for a lot of these things. Ooh, gotta change that button too. So this is the ready up button here. So that's that. And a lot of the design is the similar. So again, we will delete the ready up button and see some complaints. We're gonna go to the first spot. And as I expected, this is where we're gonna have a lot of complaints. Alright. Looking for our new ready up button. And we are going to be slotting in its availability. So this is the same ready up button. Duplicating this button. Don't like doing this, but in this case I will, just to kind of save some space. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do my normal thing. Just like that. duplicate this. Text block. And warning state, just throw that here. Put this here. We'll have to see what these are all about. A bunch of different images. See if we got different images. We just got the base background for now. Will be pretty obvious when it sets these images. If we leave it like is, and we'll know what kind of images we need for that. And we're gonna hit Control D again for duplicate. Bring this over here. Apparently we're getting the button style. See if I could actually squeeze this all in here. There you go. And that was the ready up, set ready up, which is all good to go. And we have this ready init. This here. Seems good to go. Close all these ready tabs. Just delete this init completely. We're not using that. Close this down. I have to change this to FH game mode settings. And we're going to have to do a new for each loop because it'll save the old for each. Move this back to here. Move this up and out of the way. Connect this. Let's do our own break. Game mode setting. Tooltip and options. I think FH game mode option. And we will do a for each loop. We'll break. That should really be options. That should be driving me crazy now. Structures. F2 option. There you go. So what we'll do is we will figure out where the rest of these things go first. So that goes there, and that goes there, and that just goes to that string. So we can delete this anyway because that's the one I made. And next we can delete this guy because we have all the corresponding connections. We could attach that actually. I was missing that one. Excuse me. And I should be able to compile. Save options tooltip. WD game settings. Game setting widgets. Create FH game setting switch widget. Open that up. We don't have a tooltip option. I guess we need to do that. Or is it this here? It's a struck. Struck. So, my bad. We could. And we need the tooltip struck here. And we'll go back here. And we'll refresh this here. Tooltip. FH tooltip. Ooh, we need to go back to our. Don't really need two menus in the same thing, but finding home, structures, game mode options, FH tooltip, save, close, now, also know you have to be very careful when screwing with structures. Because the structures are so small, I'm not too concerned. But normally before you start screwing with the structure, make sure you back up your stuff. Because, yeah, things could go kind of crazy. They're used for a lot of stuff, so Unreal has some problems with them. Just like crash your engine, crash your game out of nowhere. So make sure you like save, or sometimes it just like corrupts the entire. I've had it rare cases where it's actually just corrupted the entire game. Like the whole thing's just down. There's nothing you can fix. Every time you gotta try to open it up, you just can't. You can't open up your game anymore. So it's always good before you attempt to even consider touching a structure to back up stuff and save. But like I said, these structures are so small, I felt I'm pretty confident that there wasn't going to be too major of a problem. Game mode, speaking about that, messing with structures, we might have to go into the game mode structures and FH game mode settings type, tooltip enabled save game. So we might have to check ours. No. Available settings type. This is the fire home as well, so we can get out of this guy, go to MLB, blueprints, no, structures. in mine, so is game modes, which has the game mode description, the map and stuff, and I have game modes, which has game mode, so the map and stuff, right? So this is the same here. So this is the same here. Then he has game mode settings, which is just like settings and settings selected. And I have game mode settings, which is like settings and settings selected. And he has game mode availabilities. Available settings. If I look at this here, we are out of our game modes table. So I think I'm going to copy this here. So I guess I don't have this. And I'm going to call it mode settings. Because these are the settings for the specific mode. And so now we have mode settings, which are the same, but in our mode settings we're going to need FH tooltip. And save that. So you close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, close that, and close that. And now, should actually close that too. We'll go here and oh yeah, we didn't actually fix game modes. We want FH mode settings. And we can close that. Now we could refresh this. And that's what I need to get here. FH mode settings. Reference. And we need a for each loop. And here we're going to connect this, and we're going to connect this. Should be able to get rid of this now. Bring this in here. refresh. Wait. There we go. So mode settings set. And that's it. So designer, we know we need to do these game settings here. Folder. So we need our FH base button. We need to drag that here because that's just the WB base button. And we need to call this, we'll call this 2 or something for now. We can call this game settings button btn, and my words could be bigger, 12. I think that was supposed to be 12 as well. 12 down there. But yeah, this is also supposed to be 12, and oh, right. You know what? Let's actually say game base settings. Here. Let's go down here. We want to hit this. And we're looking for game settings. That's here. We'll go close that. And it could be just as simple as a widget switcher, so once we delete that, that's maybe why there's no real references to it. So we could delete this guy now, and we'll see what kind of errors we get. None. Save that. Alright, let's see what happens when we hit play. I'm still expecting things not to work because we still didn't go through our player controller, sorry, our player state or game state. We still have to go through these 3 and set those all up. Are you should it crash at us? No, you're not going to crash at us. Set it up right away. Seems like it's kind of working. Okay. There's no crash. Alright, we want to, if those menus are still open, we want to go to Viz and do collapsed. Compile, save. So we want to start it not open. And so yeah, and normally so we hit play, we have to hit the tab to open it up, but we don't have that set in the player controller. But I think the HUD is kind of done for now. I think we can move on to the player controller. And I think we're going to start off with the player controller in the event graph, and then we're going to go through all the widgets and stuff. Ooh, on the player controller. That's pretty good. It's pretty exciting. And yes, we realize we do need the lobby references. So, begin play. We're going to do our parents begin play. Let's just see what that is. We could close this, close this, close this. Instructors, nothing. Begin play. We just set input to game mode only specifically. Alright. So that's fine. And then we're going to get the lobby. Game mode. Player state. Looks like we need to set up player controller, and we're to spawn our character. Oh, which reminds me, when we're spawning our character, game instance reference or player character, I'm guessing. Class defaults. ALS man, ALS run animations. Oh, there's a skeletal mesh. Oh well. Brickfall, ragdoll. There is the camera thing on this guy. Camera. Or tag. ALS character. Tag. Camera should have worked. I'm not too sure. If something stole its camera, I'm guessing. Let's see the open level blueprint. Nope. In the game manage. Was there no camera work here? No. Nope. Both log in. camera. This is already open because we're spawning this from here. I don't see any camera stuff. So I'm wondering, because it's supposed to auto default to pick up the camera. That's fine though. I don't want to get too wrapped up in it. I'll just focus on seeing if it's somewhere else that's doing it. So, spawn character, we're getting it from the reference here. So simple. Let's just spawn that game mode. What's that? We're gonna spawn that reference after we do a player setup, where we're just cleaning the UI. Move on widgets. That's simple. What's the base? We're creating the lobby widget. HUD. No. And first of all, remove all widgets. Okay. Not too sure what that does. But we actually won't use that. And then creating our lobby HUD widget. Oops. Yes, this has to be true. We'll go to this and double check what this is. This is just this here. We don't need this at all, actually. So we won't even use that. And this sets up chat. We'll keep this chat on here for now. Won't touch his chat stuff. Okay. So we go to event graph. Oh, input. Toggle input session. And that's where that's getting called. Input. We could actually maybe drag this down one. Let's get a little bit more room. we are going to get our references. We should have a reference to our HUD, our lobby HUD. And we don't really need a reference to our menu, per se. We will need a reference to our lobby HUD. So, we're going to need the player controller. Macro libraries. Player controller. Game state. Do we have our HUD in the game mode? No. Do we have the HUD in the game state? Most likely not. Do we have the HUD in our HUD mode? No, we do not. We do need the HUD here. So we will add macro. And it will be just like the other ones here. We'll grab all this stuff, Control C, go to this new macro, Control V, we'll paste this like here. We'll call this F2, get lobby HUD. And we will output as get HUD. Okay, so we are going to need to plus a couple of times. So this is of let's do float time out. This is of player controller. Space player controller ref, and we will attach that here, and then here we will cast to FH lobby HUD. And we will connect that. We will also make an exe spacebar, and we will drag this to the top. And we'll connect that. And we'll drag this up on. There we go. Timeout. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna loop this into here. So we'll be able to delete these now. Bring this down in. If cast failed, continue. And we're gonna want to go 1, 2, 3. Valid. Failed. And lastly, we want our FH lobby HUD reference. And we want to put lobby FH or lobby HUD. Lobby ref HUD. Drag this over here. If it's true, it's like that. Alright, so that's how we're going to get our HUD reference. We're save that in a macro library. And we're going to go back to our PC here. This is our event graph. And before we do this, we're going to drag this over now. And we're going to get lobby HUD player controller, in this case self, and oh no, we're going to want to create a reference. Promote this to a variable. Call it lobby reference HUD. Compile, save, and yeah, all we will be doing now is when we hit the toggle button, we will just toggle our, get the here, and we'll do toggle back, toggle launch, toggle game settings should be in mode. This is FH lobby HUD. Oh, this is WB. Oh, it's because it's here. We want to stick that in here. Alright. Get this. And it's toggle game menu. There we go. And that should be it now. Now we should be able to toggle our game menu. Nice and simply on and off. And look how much stuff we're replacing. Because this is kind of like airing, I'm just going to take this out for now. But yeah, look at all this replacing all that with just a simple toggle button. Alright, but it is past 11 o'clock. I have to just test what's not working there. Because yeah, usually I'll have to see, like, again, we'll be doing just like print screens pretty much from here to see if it is tab actually, but it should be tab print screen, and if it is actually printing and toggling, why isn't the menu coming up? You know what I mean? And once we got the menu going up, it's just a matter of time. Going through all of these to get everything cleaned up here. Then we just got the player state and the game state, which should be a lot faster. So we're hitting tab, nothing's happening, so it might not be the tab button, or I might not have control. And we'll look into that next time on Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for coming, and you guys have a good one. Ciao for now.